Coming up on today's show, we'll be going through all of the month's big releases, including Dungeons & Dragons and the Super Mario Bros. Movie.
We'll be talking to the stars of the Super Mario Bros. Movie.
And we'll show you what happened when the stars of Dungeons & Dragons descended upon Cineworld in Leicester Square. Welcome to What's On at Cineworld Cinemas. I am Luke Owen.
And I'm a Nat 20, Dan Layton.
Oh, Daniel.
I know. I was going to go with a Nat 1, but then I thought, no. Rate yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Believe in yourself.
If you can't love yourself, how are you going to love anybody else? Can I get an amen?
Absolutely. And we are here. Let's have an amen for the Cineworld in Leicester Square, where the stars often come down to see the movies.
They do, including the stars of Dungeons & Dragons.
We'll have more on that in a little bit. But first... Do you know what, Dan? Why am I saying but first? We'll just get into it.
Yeah, go on.
Can we go get a drink and some popcorn?
I think it's important that we do.
And nachos.
Stop with the nachos.
Well, I have to get the nachos,
That's
Dan.
fair, they're tasty.
Dan, let's sit down. I've got my nachos.
Yeah.
Got your snacks, your
10
drinks.
years. Even longer, actually, I've been a limited member, and I still haven't figured out how to gracefully sit in these seats.
No?
One day I will.
Okay, let me try a bit of yellow first.
Go on, as you always do. I've gone for salt and sweet on this end. You know, I'll have a little bit in a minute.
A little bit of yellow.
To start your day, as you should. One of your food groups, you know?
Apples, yellow, and Pepsi Cherry. Anyway,
That's 3, Luke. What are the other 2? Don't answer the question.
Popcorn. Anyway, we've got to talk about the films that are out this month.
We have to.
And we're going to kick things off with a film that's out today.
Come on.
Dungeons & Dragons, Honor Among Thieves.
Very ready. I have been ready for this movie for a really long time. The cast is exquisite. The high fantasy of it all, the comedy of it all, I'm ready.
We were talking about this just before we came in because here, Cineworld, Leicester Square, we've got that amazing wrap-around screen.
Yeah, beautiful.
And there was lots of advertisements for D&D.
It was all over the stairs, everything, yeah.
And we both were like, actually, I'm really stoked for this.
It's a big movie.
And they were doing, obviously we had the premiere here last week, and some friends of ours were there, and you said that you ran into one of them who said that they really enjoyed it.
Yeah, so my friend Ali Plum said that he's someone who has no context of the IP, doesn't know too much about it, but went in kind of with low expectations, not really knowing what he was in for, and had a really good time with the movie. Had a lot of fun. Just said it was just a fun time at the cinema, and really, that's my major driving force at the moment when I go and see movies. We've had Oscar season. I'm now here for some pure entertainment, bit of fantasy, some laughs, some action. Michelle Rodriguez, Chris Pine, Hugh Grant in a fabulous jacket.
I was about to say, it's all about that jacket.
Yes, mate.
For Hugh Grant.
That's what I'm talking, and a scarf.
And I think we're in for a good month of just really fun movies.
Yeah, absolutely. There's one to be had in everything if you look in the right places. But this month in particular, there's a lot of colourful, wacky, out there. Horror fans have got some stuff to come up for. Just a lot of fun everywhere, and it kicks off with pretty massive stakes in D&D.
I want to just give you a little quick shout out to D&D as well.
Please.
Because they have just put up like a little skit to promote the movie.
They have, and I saw you enjoyed this.
That reunited the cast of Freaks and Geeks.
Yeah.
And I was so happy.
Yeah.
It genuinely, I saw the three of them together, I literally went, oh.
Lovely.
So I think it's great. I'm fully on board for this movie.
Yeah.
But that's not the only thing that's out today. You can also go and see Mummies. Fun for all the kids.
Fun for all the family, yeah. Again, with the colourful, bright animation extravaganza about a bunch of mummies roaming through the streets of modern town. Yeah.
But if we can just quickly cycle back to D&D for one moment.
We can never go too far away from it. Roll for... That's a different game. I was going to say roll for exposure. What's it called? Roll for confidence. That's not right either.
Well, that is D&D.
Roll for this segment.
I'll try and roll on this segment.
Why not? Let's see. Yeah,
I'll roll a D20 and we'll see what happens when the stars of Dungeons & Dragons went to Belfast for a very special screening of the movie at Cineworld.
We're here at Cineworld Belfast where we have an exclusive screening of Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves. We have the cast and crew along to experience it in IMAX.
Had to wear my t-shirt for the occasion. I need a team.
I did costume for the film. I mainly work with stunts. In terms of going to see it with the IMAX and the action that is involved, the IMAX will do super good justice.
I was the stand-in for Dory, and I was the stand-in for Holga. So we got to see every scene shot by shot as they did it, but seeing that translate to the IMAX screen was incredible. The shots looked so amazing and so vibrant.
I would recommend seeing the film in IMAX at Cineworld because the sound and picture quality was just incredible. There's nothing like it.
But not only that, Dan, they were here in this very cinema.
They were.
For the premiere of Dungeons and Dragons.
It was a major premiere. There was a lot of buzz and a lot of excitement.
I have heard tale.
Oh.
Multiple days set up.
Yeah.
Because it was the entire square being taken
over. It was massive.
Here's what happened.
Hi, I'm here with Cineworld at Leicester Square for the live premiere of Dungeons & Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. Let's rock! The premiere this evening is happening in IMAX. Why would people need to see this film in that big, rich experience?
This movie is made for the big screen in every sense of the word.
The film is really designed to be watched with a bunch of family and a bunch of friends. It's classic blockbuster fare.
There are certain types of movies that you just need to see in a crowd.
Well, it's a massive movie.
An amazing sound. I mean, it's going to blow your mind when you hear this thing coming out of the speakers. When a dragon roars, you got to be in a movie theater to really appreciate that.
It's just a giant screen experience.
No, that's not good.
Is there a particular creature or species from the world of Dungeons & Dragons that you're really excited to see in the film?
The mimic monster is kind of my favorite. You know, I like how just unsuspecting it is and how nonchalant it is, and then it shows up and it's fierce as heck.
That looks vicious. I don't want to mess with that. Beholder Beast. That was really scary and cool.
The gelatinous cube. Because it's so freaking cool and it's only exists in D&D.
The owlbear. Have you ever heard of a barbarian with magical powers? Ugh, it's so annoying being human.
I think that the fans of D&D are going to find a really, really rich and nuanced world where every detail's been considered. And I think if you go see this movie on a giant screen, you're going to have a giant experience. You're going to walk away and you're going to feel like, that's why I go to the movies.
Released on April 7th, one of my most anticipated movies of the year, a movie I'm very, very excited about, The Super Mario Brothers movie.
Yes, it has been in the works for a very long time. It's been talked about for a very long time, and it's finally dropping.
And not 30 years since the last time we had the Mario Brothers on screen. And here they are in full animated glory. And it looks fun. It looks very reverential to the source material.
Yes.
I think it's a great voice cast as well. And I've not seen the movie yet. I'm actually seeing it next week. I'm going to a special preview screening of it. But I know people who've been to other preview screenings of it that I'm not special enough to go to, who said it's great.
Because normally I'm the special one.
Yeah.
But you're the special one.
Well, this time I'm going to try and get you to be a special one as well.
Yeah, all right then.
But I know someone who is more specialer than you.
Oh,
because
excuse me.
Well, they saw it like 3 weeks ago.
Goodness gracious.
And they really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
They were just like, this is great fun.
I want to have a good time. And I feel like when I saw the shot of like Rainbow Road in the trailer, I was like, I'm all about this. This is exactly what I want this to look like. So we've got Chris Pine week 1 of this month, Chris Pratt week 2 of next month. What next?
Well, we'll find out in a little bit. But before we do, we sat down with the stars of the Super Mario Brothers movie, and here's what they had to say about it.
Are there any traits that you guys share with your characters?
Ooh, I don't know how to quit. I don't know how to give up. And so there's that. Yeah.
So very determined.
Very determined.
Yeah. And I've been terrified many times in my life. So that was easy for me.
How did you overcome being terrified?
I just keep plowing ahead. Yeah.
Courage,
Fear
that's courage.
That is courage, pal. Thank you, man.
How are your guys' Jack Black impressions?
Skiggity-douche. Skadoosh. Yeah, douche sounds. Skiggity-douche.
Skiggity-doo.
Mario. They're not great. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you gotta have more hair. Right?
Yeah.
How about a little attempt at the theme tune of Mario Brothers, the classic?
So Super Mario Brothers movie, we're in the 4DX screen.
We are.
And this is going to be shown in 4DX as well.
It
you
is.
can literally jump and wahoo your way through the movie along with Mario and Luigi.
And I will. You just wait.
We're going to be having a special video going up soon as well of us watching the trailer for Mario Brothers in 4DX, which we're going to be filming after this, and I'm very, very excited.
Me
to see.
too.
So I haven't seen the trailer in 4DX.
No, I've only seen the first trailer, and I've heard tell of people who have seen this trailer and had a great time. So I'm very excited.
4DX is well available for Dungeons and Dragons, as well as IMAX.
Oh yeah,
which is also available for the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Giant screen, beautiful, clear precision. The sound is incredible from every angle. I just love IMAX. I see everything I possibly can in the IMAX format, you know. And then afterwards, I'll come back down here, have a little throw around,
a little wahoo.
Yeah, a little wahoo moment.
On the 5th of April, we have got previews for a movie that you have already seen, and I know that you very much enjoyed.
Yep. Air. Air is a film by Ben Affleck, written by Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, produced by them for their new company, Artists Equity, which is a really interesting production company, which is designed to try and sort of spread the takings from movies to every member of the crew, production designers, costumers, as not just above the line performers and screenwriters and things like that. And it's about the signing of Michael Jordan to Nike and the creation of the Air Jordan range. And it is everything I look for in a movie. It is 80s in every aspect of its aesthetic. In the editing style, it's very 80s as well. The costuming, the production, it looks fantastic. Matt Damon is fantastic in it. It's Viola Davis. There's one scene with Viola Davis and Matt Damon talking to each other, and I just had the biggest grin on my face. It's about this moment in time, and about culture, and about knowing your worth. You know, it's fantastically written, really well performed. Bateman's brilliant in it. Had a great time with his character. And Chris Tucker as well. It's a proper all-star cast. And, go with me, Ben Affleck has spoken about how Jennifer Lopez, his lady wife, has given him an awful lot of thought when he was coming to the writing and the production of this movie about how important the Air Jordans were to culture, to people as a whole, why they were so big, why they have remained so popular. So I'm saying this is a Jennifer Lopez movie. So it's it's a 6-star film, Luke.
Here's my question.
Yes.
Is there any Space Jam in it?
I think I can't fully. I don't think so. There might be a moment. There is a moment where I don't want to spoil the movie, but there's a moment where Damon is giving this monologue, and it's genuinely incredibly moving, and it's sort of talking about the impact of Michael Jordan, and it's not within the time frame and the timeline of the movie. It's sort of outside of that. It was a really bold choice while I was watching it. I'm thinking, goodness, you've really gone for something here, and it's worked. It's really worked. And I think there may have been a Space Jam reference in there, and I just loved it. I genuinely can't wait to see it again.
Now for sure it's a 6-star movie.
There you go.
I also love that we're just getting a lot of these biopics that are about things that happened within my time life.
It's very interesting. Time life.
You know, my time life.
Yeah. That's the famous phrase.
These things that happened within my time life. That I have witnessed with my own eyes.
Yeah.
My sight eyes.
Well, I didn't witness it, you see, because I'm very youthful.
Oh, I see.
I wasn't alive yet.
No,
but,
you weren't.
But it is interesting to see, pop culture and nostalgia works in a cycle. I think it's a 25-year or odd cycle. It is and isn't nostalgic. It's very of the now. It's very present. It's a very sensitively handled story. Honestly, genuinely very good. It's just a brilliant film. I go into, I go into every movie with a 5-star rating, and if something happens, I'll knock a thing off. Couldn't fault it.
Or
Had a great time.
You added on.
I added on because Jennifer Lopez is involved, even on a minute level.
Also out is The Popes Exorcist, starring Russell Crowe.
Love Russell Crowe.
Whose boss is the Pope.
Yes, his boss is the Pope. It's in the title of the film. confirmation from the trailer that his boss is indeed the Pope. I love Russell Crowe. I think Russell Crowe is brilliant. I loved him in The Nice Guys recently. Master and Commander, all the Gladiator, all his roles have been fantastic. I will happily watch him in anything.
Released on the 14th of April, Assassin's Club Renfield and Suzumi. Now, obviously, we could talk about Suzumi and Assassin's Club, but I think both you and I just want to talk about Renfield.
Very simple. Talk about fun. 3 words. Nick Cage Dracula.
On April 14th.
You do need those ones, yeah.
Yeah. I am a big Nick Cage fan.
Yep,
this
huge.
has been established on this show many, many times over. Anytime Nicolas Cage is in a movie, I'm like, oh, that's my pick of the week, or that's my pick of the month, because I think he's great. And this is mad Nick Cage at his mad Nick Cage best.
I saw a trailer for this before going to see Knock at the Cabin, and I hadn't known that it was coming out, and saw it and was like, I'm sorry, what? Play that again immediately.
Yeah.
I'm very ready for this film.
Glorious. Released on the 21st of April, we have Missing and a movie I'm very, very excited about. It's back. Evil Dead Rise.
This time, they rise.
So, I love the Evil Dead series.
You do?
Of course I am. I'm a man who is nearly 40. So I have seen a lot. I've had a lot of Evil Dead over my years.
And you have a day over 38.
I'm not even 38. You cheeky bastard. But so I love the Evil Dead series. I love what Sam Raimi did with it, the original trilogy in that, and I like the remake that Fede Alvarez did. But now Evil Dead is back, and Evil Dead Rise is just. Some friends of mine. Well, I say some friends of mine. Friends of mine online saw this over in America, and said like, "Oh, you're not ready for the amount of gore that is in this movie."
Would you say it's gnarly?
Yeah, I would say that would be the word that they might have used.
Nice.
This is a gnarly, gnarly movie.
Good.
And I'm all excited for it.
Wow.
I just think it's going to be so metal.
Nothing is more metal than a dad saying something's metal. Really, really it is. While we leave that for a minute, I'm very excited for Missing, which is by the same team that made Searching a few years ago.
Which I really liked.
I really loved that film. Very, very exciting and different. And I'm in for anything that just takes an idea and it plays with it a little bit, sees what it does. It felt quite fresh. And the same thing is going to happen here in Missing. I think I'm very, very keen for it. Little thriller movie.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a bit of a... found footage movies give me I get a bit of a step back away from them.
Well, because
Blair Witch, at arm's length.
Blair Witch was obviously the sort of most famous one, and it did it so well that you're almost like, go on. And yet this was something new and played with the form differently.
And then so Searching, I went into being like, oh, it's another one of these. But actually, I was like, no, this is really good.
And it's not one that's been sort of bashed out more and more of these.
Yeah.
They've taken some time, they've written it, and it's I'm really excited for it.
Released on April 28th, Big George Foreman, the miraculous story of the once and future heavyweight champion of the world, the unlikely pilgrimage of Harold Fry, and Polite Society. We also have an unlimited screening of Cairo Conspiracy on April 11th.
And we have a plethora of event cinema coming your way. Not only do we have the Met Opera live in HD with Falstaff on Saturday the 1st, we have an autism-friendly screening of Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves on Sunday the 2nd. Superman is coming out for its 45th anniversary re-release on Monday the 10th. The Royal Opera House's 2023 live ballet Cinderella on Wednesday the 12th. The Met Opera live De Rosenkavalier on Saturday the 15th. Coldplay, Music of the Spheres live at River Plate on Wednesday the 19th in 4DX and Saturday the 23rd in ScreenX.
Before we started recording this, you had the idea of doing like Eurovision in 4DX.
I think it would be banging.
Like, ScreenX, IMAX, and all this sort of stuff. And then we were talking about BTS.
Yes.
Had a screening here in 4DX with one of their concerts. It really is an atmospheric thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's first of all, music, and people like experiencing music together, especially if you're a fan of a band like the fans of BTS are. They are somewhat rabid. And I think there's something about being in that... cinema is a communal experience anyway. Music is best experienced, I think, communally. Either alone in your room with headphones on, crying over your ex, or being in a room with a bunch of other people who also love that music.
You don't have to cry about me all the time. It's fine.
I'm sorry. I do actually have to cry about you. And I cry about you in the cinema as well, where I will be surrounded by people sort of rocking back and forth to Viva La Vida.
We were talking with one of the guys that works here. When they did the 4DX screening of BTS, they had to turn the film up because the audience was so loud and so boisterous. And apparently, that sounds like a party atmosphere.
It sounds like a real vibe.
It does.
It sounds like an absolute vibe.
So 4DX. We also have the National Theatre Live's performance of Good on Thursday the 20th, the Royal Opera House 2023's live opera of The Marriage of Figaro on Thursday the 27th, and Met Opera Live's 2023 performance of Champion on Saturday the 29th. Also, just to slightly jump back a little bit, Superman's back.
I know. Superman's back for his 45th anniversary.
The motion picture of Superman, one of the greatest comic book movies ever made. It is a masterpiece of a movie.
Sets the tone.
And the fact that it's back up on the big screen for its 45th anniversary.
Older even than you.
Can you imagine? But it's wicked. I love it. If you've never seen Superman before, this is going to be the way to go and see it. That's all we've got time for on this edition of What's On at Cineworld Cinemas. Dan, we must now leave this wonderful place.
You can. I live in Screen 3.
Oh.
I've got a little sleeping bag in there.
Well, that's fine. Well, you just hang around then. Can I come stay at yours?
Yeah, anytime. Yeah.
Lovely stuff. If you're interested in any of the movies we have discussed today, click the links in the video description down below and you can book tickets to go and see them.
And if you're a fan of this sort of thing and you want to listen to it in an audio format, you can get this podcast wherever you get all of your podcasts from.
But until next time, I've been Luke Owen.
And I've been Dan Layton.
And that's What's On.